What is going on, you guys? What is going on? What is going on, y'all? This be your boy Scotty by Nature TV, and we're here for a brand new episode of Yes for the Mess, where we talk about celebrity gossip, hot topics, and all things reality TV based. I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday, and I intend on doing the exact same thing, you guys. What's the tea? Okay. Um, did y'all hear about Peebo Bryson? Did y'all hear about him? Baby, I that came across my timeline. And what is so crazy about that was I was literally just listening to A Whole New World last week. And I don't know what put me in that mood. You know, sometimes you just want to hear a song. And a lot of times when I'm at work, I like list I put my AirPods in my ear and then I put my beanie over my ear so the management won't see it. And I was like, I want to hear A Whole New World because it was in my head all morning. Because y'all know I go to work at 5 a.m. on most days. So I'm walking into work and I'm like, a whole new world. And I'm like, I need to hear this. I got to hear it. I got to. And then I played A Whole New World. And then after A Whole New World, I had played Can You Stop the Rain. Can You Stop the Rain is probably one of the most beautiful R&B songs that came out in the 90s. And I really feel like people don't give Peebo Bryson his tens like they should. But I loved his songs. Can You Stop the Rain? You know, A Whole New World. It's just like all of our legends, all of our people from way back when are going away. That is so crazy. People that you grew up listening to. It's just so crazy how that's going on. And I really hate that. Definitely got to react to one of his songs on my Scotty Reacts videos. But yes, rest in peace to Peebo Bryson child. Rest in peace to him. Jesus. What else is going on, y'all? So y'all know the Starry Awards is this weekend. And y'all know I'm being honored for the digital legacy honor. For I'm being honored. So that's one thing. And then, you know, my panels are nominated for best panel show. The Whether You Like It or Not panel, the Chasing panel, Roasted Review. I don't know. I'm competing against myself. And if one of my panels win, I really feel like it's probably going to be between the Whether You Like It or Not panel or the Chasing panel. Those are the two popular ones in my catalog. So it's between them two. I don't know which panel y'all like the best. But I know I love doing the Chasing panel the most. So you know, and of course, you know, T is nominated for an award. Really B is nominated for an award. You know, it's amazing. And I know me, Really B, Josiah, and Sakina will be in Houston to represent for the Whether You Like It or Not panel. And I know that me, Jeremy, Jamar, and Carl will be there to represent for the Chasing panel because Tramiel won't be there and neither will T. So yes, I'm looking forward to everything this weekend. Bando's nominated for 2 awards, I believe. He's performing. It's going to be immaculate. I really can't wait. Um, it says, I like the Whether You Like It or Not panel best. Why do you like Chasing the most? It's the banter. That's pretty much what it is. It's the banter, you guys. I enjoy doing it because I feel like with the Whether You Like It or Not panel, it's more elevated as far as with the opinions, because when you have opinions on the housewives, it gets passionate with everybody, especially with me, especially with Busy and T. We get elevated because of our opinions on the show. We have strong opinions about that show. But with Chasing, it's a little different. We have opinions, but we have a little banter where we go back and forth. We agree to disagree. We move on and stuff like that. It don't get too elevated on the Chasing panel. Like we do more laughing than debating. But I think that the difference with the Whether You Like It or Not panel and the Chasing panel is that the Whether You Like It or Not panel is basically based off of debate. You know, it's basically based off debating. The Chasing panel is based off of laughter and like the banter, but we're basically built off debating on the Whether You Like It or Not panel. And plus, I love the Roast Review panel because that's basically me and Josiah and T all day, every day, talking on the phone or in our group text with the three of us. And I love doing that. That's also one of my favorites to do. But you know, To each his own and everything else. So I'm trying to see what moderators I have in here right now. I see Norris, I see Kendra, I see Catherine, I see Ravine, I see who else? I see Too Feisty and I see Ebony. So with that being said, y'all, we're about to go ahead and get into the show. It's 81 of you guys up in here, and you guys do know that with the goal is always to hit 100 plus with every single live that we do. Make sure that the chat is clean. Make sure that everybody is engaging, and make sure the fire emojis are in the chat. We're going to start at the 7-minute mark. Okay. And I don't foresee this live being too long. I don't, maybe 45 minutes tops, but otherwise I don't really see it being too long. Honestly, I don't. Let me see. Okay. Are we at the 7-minute mark? Yeah, we're almost at the 7-minute mark. Of course you did, Sierra. I see the jail slayer up in here as well, y'all. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we're at 7 minutes, so let's get started with tonight's show. We're here for the not about to say the whether you like it or not, panel child. We're here for Yes for the Mess, and this is all housewives galore. Okay, we're here to talk about nothing but the housewives, so help us God. Okay, so we're about to go ahead and get into it. So the first story that we're getting into is Miss Drew Sidora and her marital home situation. Now, if y'all been following this story with Miss Drew Sidora, y'all know that her ex-husband Raph has been giving her such a hard time with the divorce proceedings. He's been talking about taking her kids from her, trying to kick her out the house while he living in the basement, and it was looking like, you know, he was going to get his wish, because they was telling her that she had until May the 30th to get the fuck out. That's basically what they were saying. And now it seems as though Drew is allowed to stay in a marital home after the judge reversed their decision. Now, I really want to know why they reversed their decision. It's very interesting that they reversed their decision and stuff like that, because it looked like Drew was going down and it wasn't looking like she was going to get up again. That's what it looked like to me at first. But we're going to get into the story and then we're going to continue on, okay? So let me make this big so you guys can see it. So this is coming from The Girls Are Fighting, okay? That's where it's coming from. So it says, Drew Sidora allowed to stay in marital home after judge reverses decision. Drew Sidora has received a major legal reprieve in her ongoing divorce battle with estranged husband Ralph Pittman. According to the newly filed court documents obtained by TMZ, a Georgia judge reversed an earlier decision ruled on Friday that the Real Housewives of Atlanta star would not be required to leave the marital home that she shares with Pittman, at least for the time being. The ruling comes just days before a May 31st deadline that would have forced Sidora to move out of the Georgia mansion. Under the judge's updated order, both parties can continue residing in the property while their divorce proceedings remain ongoing. The decision marks a significant shift from the court's previous stance. Earlier rulings appeared to offer little relief for Sidora, who argued that being forced to leave the residence could leave her without a place to live. Thoughts, and the credit comes from TMZ. Okay? So, let's get into this story here, you guys. Okay? Let's get into it. To be honest, y'all want me to be real? That's a dumb question. Y'all don't want me to be fake, do you? Okay, let me just say this. Drew needs to leave. Honestly, Drew needs to get the fuck on up out that house, in my opinion. I wouldn't even want to stay there. And I see this shit all the time with divorces. It reminds me of my auntie. Like, she's going through a divorce. Well, she was going through a divorce, and the judge wanted one of them to leave, and neither one of them wanted to go nowhere. And now the divorce is thrown out the window because neither one would leave the fucking house. Because one say, this is my motherfucking house. I ain't going nowhere. Then the other one say, I'm not leaving my house and I ain't trying to start back over. Well, baby, you're divorcing. You want to get away from this motherfucker. So if you got to start over, then baby, you just going to have to start the fuck over. If I was Drew, I personally would not want to be in that fucking house. I just wouldn't want to be in that house because I feel like that house got bad juju in it. Ain't no telling what type of things Drew experienced being in that house. I ain't no telling because Ralph is a gaslighter. Ralph is mentally abusive. And I wouldn't be surprised if he was physically abusive. And according to Drew, he was a serial cheater. So to me, it's like, what would be the need and what would be the want for her to even want to be there? Is it to pretty much let the people know that you're staying or you owning this or what? Like, I don't know, and I just don't get it. I would not want to be there. And to be on top of that, well, how much is she making on the Housewives? And I know she got like right now she's been working her ass off with these acting jobs and stuff like that. Like, what exactly is she making? Because I feel like Drew can really get her a house on her own out here in Atlanta. Now, granted, prices are going up when it comes down to rent. Price depending on where you live, honey. Because if you live on the north side, like out there in Duluth or Alpharetta or Marietta, the prices are a bit steep. But if you bring your ass out here on the south side where you got East Point, College Park, Hapeville, South Fulton, you know, all that, Union City, all this shit out this way on the south side of Atlanta, you know, it's a little affordable out here. Tiana Taylor lives not too far from me and Jamar. So it's like a lot of celebrities live on the south side, to be honest. Well, most reality stars, they live on the south side. A lot of them do. I see them all the time. So my thing is, she could get the fuck out and get her own place. I don't know why she holding on to that house. Drew, can you answer that for me? Why are you holding on to that house? And he trying to kick you out of it. And I want to know, isn't Ralph in the tech industry? Is that what he's in? Somebody in the comments, let me know if that's what he does. Because if I'm not mistaken, he's in the tech industry. So I know he makes some, if he is in the tech industry, I'm sure he makes money. Good money at that, being in the tech industry. Ain't that what he's in? Let me know. And as I wait for you guys to inform me on that, let me see. If we're divorcing, then I'm starting over. I'm not bringing anything with me. I'm making new and better memories. And that is the best way to be. That is the best way to be. Like, if we're divorcing and you want me out this home, I'm gonna get the fuck out. I'm gonna find me something that belongs to me, not something that at this point belonged to me and you at one point in time. But no, I'm going out and getting my own shit. Don't nobody got time for that bullshit. I'm not gonna be fighting with you about no house. I'm not gonna be doing none of that shit. No, I'm gonna get the fuck out and I'm gonna get my own shit. I guess she's willing to move into the basement and split the bills in the house. Her name not even on the deed. Oh, her name not on the deed. Okay. A townhouse would suffice at the Exactly. Girl, get you a townhouse and move on. Like, what? She makes enough money to get a cute little condo and be okay. And that's that. But like somebody said in the comments, I really feel like Drew is acting with pride in a sense. You feel what I'm saying? She might just get, you know, she jumped in Bundy DM telling her she was wrong about her assessment. She jumped in Bundy. When she jumped in Bundy's DM, and how y'all find out Bundy must have said it on her live? Let me see. Hey, Scotty. Yes, he is. That's how he was able to manually lock her out before. Got it. Rap probably got cameras all over that house. And I wouldn't be surprised if he did. He gives that type of nigga. Like, he'll go and put cameras all over the house so he can spy on your ass. So she did jump in Bundy's DMs. See, ain't nobody hopped in my DMs. And you know what? Listen, let me tell y'all something about Drew Sidora. See, Drew be playing with the people because Drew was playing with me. Now, y'all know a long time ago, I met Drew at the Boss Babe Awards, at the second annual Boss Babe Awards. That was the first year that I won, and I met her there because she was being honored there. And we talked and stuff, and we were supposed to do a interview and everything, and she agreed to do it. Had me hitting up her booking people, gave me her booking email. She even DM me and told me to email her people, and I did that shit multiple times, and nobody reached the fuck back out to me. See, this is the thing that, and this ain't me trying to shade Drew, because I ain't never just shaded her like that over this situation like I have with Letitia Pearson on Bill Collective, because me and her did our interview, and she still played me for a fiddle. But Drew be playing. Okay, don't play with me, girl. She be playing. Had me emailing them folks multiple times, and nobody ever said we're not interested or nothing like that. At least with Candace people, Candace wasn't doing no interviews at that time. At least I got a response back from Candace Dillard people, because I wanted that interview. Oh God, I wanted that Candace interview so bad. But that's besides the point though. But I don't know, Drew. I don't know. Like I told y'all, like the people in the comments are saying that she's probably moving, with pride and stuff. And listen, like I said before, I don't know why y'all want to stay in these homes with these niggas. I would not want these, want nothing. Once I leave you, I'm done with you. I don't want nothing that reminds me of you. Hell, bitch, I'll move out the house and I'll even let you have all the furniture in that motherfucker. I don't even want your bed. I don't want the bed we shared. I don't want the couch throw it all away. You can keep it. I'll get my own damn place and buy my own damn furniture, and we can move on like that, because I don't want nothing from you. That's exactly how I would feel. Like, why do you even want to stay there? Let me look at some of the comments in the comment section. Somebody said, good for Ralph. He has primary custody, a reduction in household expenses, and full use of the home. But guess who is still expected to leave the home during the weekend? Court-ordered parenting time, not Ralph. And that's another thing that I have questions about. Why is Ralph able to have full custody and Drew has to have weekend visits? Why is that the case? Is it because she's not really is it because she works a lot and she's not really at home talking about? Is that the reason? But I just feel like that's also unfair, because her job requires her to be gone for a while. It's not like she's leaving her kids and abandoning her kids. She's leaving to go to work. So can he use that against her for primary custody? Can he use that? I personally don't think that he should be able to use that when that's a part of her job. But I don't know, y'all. And I be trying not to say too much, because at the same time, I don't want nobody looking at me crazy, because I don't know nothing about whatever. You feel what I'm saying? So I be trying not to go there, but it's just like, why is he able to get all this shit and stuff? Because of the child neglect with school. Oh, well, yeah, they did say that. I feel like the woman and the kids should keep the house and the man should leave since he is alone. Well, people do bring up a good point about her having so many assistants, yet the kids are reportedly late for school. Well, that's true too. How you got all these assistants that you paying and your kids are always late for school or not even making it to school? Well, that's why he got full custody shit. Drew didn't complete her court obligation. That's why the judge ruled in his favor. She dropped the ball, unfortunately, praying everything works out for her. He can use that because even if it is order of her job, it doesn't seem as if she's made proper arrangements to fill the void. Oh, well, that makes sense. I think the kids missing school with her is what made the judge rule in his favor. Okay. A whole driver. Okay, well, y'all telling me what the tea really is, so all I can do is listen to the tea, but it's like in these type of situations, I do be wanting to sympathize with the woman, but when they don't give me no argument that I could use, that's like, well, I can't really sympathize with you, sis. I can't really sympathize with you, sis, if you making moves like this. You feel what I'm saying? So All I can really say is, Drew, I really hope that you're able to push through, move forward, and go about this shit in a different way. That's the only thing that I can say. But that's it on. Wait. Let me see. If Drew knew everybody in the chat personally, I think her life would improve. Now, y'all go help Britney Spears. LOL. Her estate would pay you, I think. Oh, wow. Hey, Scott, folks are going to say and think what they want about Drusilla anyway, so I think she should fall back and let Ralph handle it all since he's so much of a better parent. We'll see if that's true. Child. I just know his name is the only one on the deed. That's what the people saying. But I thought Ralph bought the house with Drew's LLC money. See, I feel like this. They don't really care about whose money it was. It's all about whose name is on the house. And if Ralph's name is the only name on the deed, then what could they do about that? It's in his name. So, but we're going to move on to the next one. Let's go into the next topic, which is Miss Kelli Farrell or Farrell, whatever her damn name is. She did an interview where she was discussing, I think what's the name of the podcast? I think it was After the Edit podcast. She did an interview where she says her daughter called her about Porsha's married pastor claim and things like that. So she's basically doing an interview, basically speaking out on the ongoing drama with Porsha Williams after she made that explosive allegation on the Real Housewives of Atlanta about her messing around with a married man. So let's go ahead and get into Miss Kelli and what she has to say about Porsha, and then we will be back. Let's go ahead and get into it, y'all.
Pride about.
I thought about you and your children, actually, because beginning of the season, Porsha says something about you, about sleeping with a married man, which you seemed utterly like, you almost laughed at it because you were like, wait, what?
Is she
like,
serious?
I had never even heard, like, I could tell, like, your response was like, wait, you're joking, right? Like, what are you saying?
Yeah.
You obviously denied the accusation. Do you feel there should be like repercussions for cast members just tossing out bombs like that? I mean, not only could that affect divorce proceedings, but the way your children view you, future partners of yours.
Absolutely.
What do you think should kind of happen when you're just like blatantly lying, which I'm assuming she was?
She was.
Yes.
It was hurtful one. My daughter Chloe did call me and ask me about it. She laughed about it, right? Because thank God that she knows her mom well enough to know that did not happen.
It seems so ridiculous.
Yeah, she's
right.
like, Mom. And then she said, Mom, when she said it was a pastor, I really laughed because I don't even know the last time you've been to church, but okay, Mom. Right, and she was like, and most importantly, why would a pastor be at BET weekend? I was like, duh, right?
You never know. BET weekend's a little wild.
No, but I was at BET weekend with him, and he is not married.
Right.
But so we had to laugh about it. But no, it did bother me. It bothered me a lot because I felt like at that moment she was a hurt person that wanted to hurt me.
Right,
and
viewed as projection.
Absolutely.
Basically.
She definitely wanted to project what she had done in the past. And when I say things out of facts. I don't say it out of malice or trying to hurt her, or, if I'm asking a question, it's a real question, and when I asked her about her ex-husband, it was, hey, I'm just curious to know. And somebody else was going to ask you the question. So Are you mad that it came from me, or are you mad that was the situation and line that you decided to cross? When I talked, when I said, which was not an interview, which was the after show, because she keeps making this, thing about, you did an interview about me. I'm like, don't flatter yourself.
Yeah. You're like, I was asked about it on the
after. I did an after show that we all had to do, and I was asked about it. And you did say it, she definitely said that she would sleep with Charles. And I stand on that, and I, so I'm not just saying things to say them. I'm saying, because it's backed up and, backed behind. But even with her, it's like, well, who is this person? And name the person and show me a receipt. And you have yet to do any of these things. And it's just like, so you just want to just throw things out here just to see if it lands and if it sticks. And it's like, don't know. She's so stupid of her.
Yeah, it just seems sort of careless in a
Absolutely.
weird way, because it's sort of, if there's rumors, people are.
We cried about.
I thought about you and your children actually.
Okay, so that was Kelly during this interview with the After the Edit podcast. Now this white girl is giving butch. Like, don't stone me for saying that, but she is giving butch. I ain't gonna sit up here and tell you no lies. But however, here's the thing, right? I'm gonna need the girls to stop doing interviews and like pretty much like playing like they're the victims in these situations, right? Because listen, I'm gonna start off by saying that I could care less about what Kelly gives to Porsha, to be honest. I really don't care, because at the end of the day, Porsha has given it to other people. So I don't care about what she gives Porsha, because Porsha gets what the fuck she deserves. And on top of that, at the end of the day, somebody, when Porsha first came back to the Real Housewives of Atlanta, we already knew that the subject about Simon and Fallon was gonna come up. Being on a reality show, we know that certain shit is probably going to be addressed, or someone's gonna bring it up for the topic of discussion. And we don't know who gonna bring that shit up. You don't know what producer gonna get in somebody's ear and say, hey, I need for you to bring this up. I need for you to bring this up. I need for you to talk about this. With Porsha being not on the show for 2 seasons straight, and last season was her first season being back, we knew that was coming up. Somebody was gonna bring this shit up. Imagine, like I said on the panel last night, imagine if they would have brought that shit up, if she would have came back for season 14. They was gonna bring that shit up. And if she would have came back for season 14, that would have been fresh off the rails, that whole situation. So you know that was gonna come up. So one thing I can give Kelly is the fact that she stepped up to the plate and she did it. That's one thing that I can say. But what I need for her to understand is, you did bring that up, right? And you did ask her that question, and it's been an ongoing thing ever since. Now, is she bringing up stuff to see what sticks and see that, she's bringing up this married man rumor against you with no receipts and stuff like that? She is doing that. She's definitely doing that. But it's up to you to figure out how you're going to respond to it and how you're going to maneuver. What I don't like about some of these girls on the show, and some of these girls that I'm referring to, is Porsha, Kelly, and Drew. They all do shit to one another. And when it's done to them and it becomes a tit for tat type of thing, then they're all victims. None of you motherfuckers are victims. I'm really gonna need for y'all to realize that none of you motherfuckers are victims. Stop acting like you're victims. Y'all are up here doing the same shit to one another. So take that, move on, and just understand that when you do, it's a domino effect. You do something to somebody, then somebody gonna come back and do it to you. Then after you do it back to them, they're gonna come back and do something. It's gonna be a tit for tat thing. And at this point, it's up to you to figure out how you're gonna move through this. Are you gonna keep it going, or are you gonna stop it at some point? What I don't like about them is that they cannot stand in the fact that they are doing bullshit to one another. That's what I don't like about them. They cannot own it. And that's what I need for somebody to do, is own up to their shit. Own up to the fact that you starting shit, you're doing shit, and you need to understand that shit and carry the fuck on. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just stop acting like, and then talking about, oh, my kids, and my daughter called me and asked me, was I a slut, and all this other stuff. It's like, girl, none of y'all think about each other's kids on this show, and y'all be doing shit. Y'all don't be thinking about each other's kids. You didn't think about PJ when you asked, Porsha, why did she take that lady husband? You didn't think about PJ when you asked her that. PJ gonna grow up and see this shit on Peacock. She gonna grow up and see this shit on Peacock when she's old enough to understand. Y'all are doing the same shit to each other. And at this point, I'm sick of it. Now, Kelly is clocked in. And I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Kelly, y'all don't like Kelly, and that is absolutely fine. But Kelly is doing her job. That's it. That's all. She doing her job, and that's just what it is. She's antagonizing. And I was listening to Carlos King's live this morning at work. And what they were saying was they like the fact that Kelli is challenging the big dog. See, they don't like people that automatically bows down to the person that they considers to be the big dog. And I find that riveting at times, because I feel like when you challenge the big dog, it's kind of like, oh, you got balls. Because, you know, on these reality shows, there is some kind of hierarchy. You feel what I'm saying? And you got to climb to that hierarchy. Like on this particular show, the seat that Porsha is sitting in, that was the particular seat that Nene sat in for years. And everybody wanted to be her friend, and nobody wanted to pretty much, you know, nobody wanted to call her out on nothing. Everybody wanted to be her friend. But then you had somebody like Kenya who challenged her, or you had somebody like Candy who wasn't afraid to challenge Nene on shit. And I pretty much like that shit. I like it when somebody pretty much challenged the OG or challenge the person that's considered the big dog in the situation. You feel what I'm saying? Hell, with the scene ATL starting to film next week, if you feel like I'm the big dog of this shit, challenge me. Take me out of, pick me up and take me there. If you feel like I'm the big dog, pick me up and take me there. Do that. But when you challenge me, just know you're going to get a challenge right back. New girls. Just saying. But just like Sierra just said, she's doing her job, but she needs to stand in it. It's the same thing with Angela. I ain't gonna say I don't like Angela. I feel like Angela is clicking down and she messy as fuck, but she at least stands in what she does. That's what I can respect. She knows she a bone carrier. She knows that she messy as fuck, but at the same point in time, she owns it. She don't play victim. And that's what Kelli doing. Just stand in your shit. Just stand in your shit. Stand in your shit. That's it. That's the fuck all. You feel what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Let me see. No, the cast less for the scene ATL because you sending shots big. Well, listen, I'm just gonna go on and give y'all just a little bit of tea. Hell, the person that I was sitting on ready for, they didn't even show up to the interview. So whatever. Because I was sitting on ready for that motherfucker there. That you gonna come on this motherfucking line with me, you got me fucked up. But anyway, let me see. Oh, hey, Tamika's 30K. I ain't seen Tamika's 30K and nobody's chatting a minute, let alone man. Scotty, please. What I do? I'm just saying they didn't even come. They didn't even show up. I might have to talk about this situation in my members only. I might have to talk about that in my members only because somebody really thought they were going to bring their ass on here and lie on me. Please. I was sitting on ready too. Oh God. But anyway, just make sure you don't get produced into clowning like, hey, well, first of all, that's never going to happen. If I knew about a plot that was being set up against me, one thing about me is that I'm not going to react until I see that plot being done on camera. I am not going to get ahead of shit. I'm going to let it happen. And that's when I'm a pounce. That's when I'm a pounce. Because when I was hearing about like rumblings about casting and stuff like that, and I was hearing about people, it was a certain person who was coming on here and they didn't know me from a can of paint, and they came on here with an elaborate story and shit like that, ready to lie on me. Baby, I was sitting on ready, but I already knew how to maneuver. I'm like, okay, if they bring this up, if they don't bring it up, I won't. But if they do, I'm going in. Activated Scotty was going to be in the building. Soon as it came up, because bitch, you lying. I'm telling you, I was sitting on ready, child. Shout out to the 70 plus in it, 170 plus in the chat. Thank you guys for tuning in tonight. I haven't done no late night lives in a while though. I haven't done no late night lives in a minute. But yeah. Let it play out. Kay showed her hand too early. She did. Like, girl, if you heard something, if you heard a plot, if you heard something was going to happen if you really heard that, you made a big reality mistake. You should never try to get ahead of nobody's plot. Let that shit happen. When it happened, then you can go the fuck off once it happened. But if ain't nobody did nothing, you just gonna look like a fucking fool. Even I know that, and I'm not on no network television show. I'm on a web reality show. And when I heard about somebody trying to be on this damn show and said, I'm gonna go after this person, I'm gonna go, because it wasn't just me they was talking about. They were talking about several different people on the show. And they didn't even know me, but wanted the child, okay, you come this way if you want to, baby. So Activated Scott was coming. Okay. But who's to say that I'm still not in danger of somebody coming at me? Cause it's one person on the cast. I don't know them. We follow each other on social media though, but I don't know them. I don't know them at all. I met them one time at Pride because I was with somebody else, but I don't know them. There's only one person I just don't know. But everybody else I know of or I know them. You feel what I'm saying? Hey Scotty Boo, I had to take a break. I still be watching those. Shout out to you, Tamika's 30K. But anyway, anyhow, we can move on to the last thing at hand, and that is Shamea and Angela Oakley. Now, y'all know they had a little showdown Sunday night on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, and it looks like the showdown is still happening on social media. Now they turned into a social media war. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get into that. Now, after after Sunday's episode on yesterday morning, Shamea took to social media and she said this: having the last name Oakley and saying that I slept with players to get ahead is diabolical. Angela Oakley, how many players did you have to smash before one wifed you? Oh, and if I'm not mistaken, he claimed to have been intoxicated while doing so. Please don't let these people gas you up. You and I both know I didn't run from you on last night's episode. I was asked to leave because the conversation wasn't going anywhere. There's always more than what y'all see. Hashtag reunion is coming. Hashtag I won't be silenced. Now, let me just say this. Now, some people were saying, why would production make her leave? Sometimes production will do that. Like sometimes producers will come in when a conversation ain't really going nowhere and we're just doing, they're going back and forth. They will pretty much say, okay, we done here. Because I've seen it happen. I remember being on the set of Chasing Atlanta, and it was the night of Sammy's performance, and that whole little standoff with Carl, Kendall, and Tramiel, that shit lasted for a good almost 2 hours. They had been arguing and screaming for a good 2 hours, and they really wasn't getting nowhere. And at that point, they was like, "Okay, we done. Like, we gonna have to talk about this at another time. Like, we've been out here too long. This ain't going nowhere. Y'all ain't trying to come to a common ground. We finna cut the cameras." And I don't blame them. I didn't blame them at all, y'all, because they were like, it was like the more we stood there and watched, the more it's like, okay, are we gonna get anywhere? Like, what's going on? You feel what I'm saying? So they will do that when they feel like this conversation, we've been here too long. I'm ready to go home. We need to cut this scene. Let's Shamea, you can, do your exit, whatever. They will do that. So that's what Shamea said, right? So then after that, that's when Angela responded, and she says, what did she say? She had said something else. Okay, she had said, hey, track star, I once considered you a friend. My silence was last night was grace, but here's the difference. I met my husband married a baller and you chase ballers. We are not the same. By the way, you have mentioned Charles more than all the girls combined. It's getting weird. So here's my thing, right? First of all, when did you consider Shamea a friend? When did you consider Shamea a friend? You know what I'm saying? Like, when did you consider her a friend? Because I have never heard you consider Shamea a friend at all. You feel what I'm saying? Like, at all. You ain't never been friends with that girl. You probably wanted to be, but y'all were never friends. So let's stop it with that. Number two, can we stop saying that people, because here's the thing, every time somebody marries somebody or gets with somebody that has a lot of money or something like that, it's kind of like it comes across to me as if soon as someone tells you that soon as someone tells you that I married this basketball player or I married this football player or whatever, right? The first thing that we say is you laid on your back for a check, or you laid on your back for this, and you laid on your back for that. Are you only saying that they laid on their back for this because of the fact that, you know, because of the fact that they married a baller? And I really feel like if people wasn't married the way didn't marry into money, they wouldn't be saying that they laid on their back. Just because a person married somebody with money doesn't mean that they laid on their back to get a check. They just like somebody and they just have to be making a lot of money. Now, am I gonna sit up here and act as if people don't lay down for a check? They do. But that's not always the case. And I'm gonna need for people to stop acting like it's always the case here. Now, when it comes down to Angela, for me, she's irking me. And Angela was one of my favorites last season. Out of all of the new girls, I think that Shamea and Angela were the two that I liked the most because I've always loved Shamea. Like, even when she was a friend of the show, I loved Shamea back then. I always wanted her to have a peach. So I was very excited when she got a peach. And then Angela, she started off as a slow burn, but then she wound up being one of my favorites because she could read, she was quick on her toes, and she could stand her ground. And she was given, you know, old school, you know, housewives. That's what she was given. So I actually liked Angela for the most part, even though she was at odds with the people that I liked. But this season, she's irritating me. And it just comes across like when it comes, especially with this Shamea shit. And for me, it's like she's looking for a problem with her. Because I feel like her issues with Shamea really ain't that serious. Because it's like you have made amends with certain people that have done worse than what Shamea has done and said, in my opinion. If a bitch tell me that they'll, you know, fuck my husband, then I really ain't got shit. And we already know that she'll fuck somebody else. I ain't no way I'd be sitting up here being cool with them or being up under them. I wouldn't. That's just me. I wouldn't even be in no core four with them. In my eyes. And that don't just go for Angela. That goes for Drew too. That's number one. Number two, you said Phaedra tried to set you up and then you forgave that. You were quick to forgive that. So what is so hard for you to why is it so hard for you to let this shit go with Shamea? And on top of that, you tried to blame her for everything that happened in Dallas, and not to mention, you just knew it was her. You just knew it was her from the very beginning. Didn't ask no questions, just knew it was her. Point the finger at her. Just said she the reason for this. And she, how would you know that, Angela? You wanted it to be her. You feel what I'm saying? It's really not, and you keep bringing Porsha up to this girl. She's not talking about Porsha right now. You're talking about Porsha. You're trying to get her to talk about Porsha. Why in the fuck would Shamea talk to you about Porsha ever again when it was already stated that she confided in both you and Drew about Porsha? And what did you do? You took it and you brought it right on back to Porsha. So why would she talk to you about it now? Especially at this moment where y'all don't even fuck with each other like that. That's my thing with Angela. I just feel like Angela's weird at this point. And y'all can like all you want to. I promise you. Ain't nobody trying to get none of y'all not to like Angela. I don't give a fuck if you like her or not. But for me, I just gotta call it as I see it. It just looks weird to me. For her and Drew, honestly. Because like to me, Porsha was on y'all ass like all season last year. All like especially Drew. Like Porsha came in guns blazing for Drew. Especially Drew. And now y'all are core 4 and Drew reposting the picture. It's so lame. Like, that's why I call them the phony 4, because I don't believe it. I just don't. But with this show, it's always teams here. So I don't know. But listen, all I can say is, despite my opinion on this situation with Shamea and Angela, I don't think that Shamea is a victim either. Even in that argument, she did take jabs at Charles and she did say shit about him. Just like, Angela said shit about her husband. They both decided to go to the husbands to take low blows and shit. Like they both was doing that. So, they both was giving it in that scene. So Shamea ain't no little angel who is, being, all that other shit, right? And then, because if this was somebody like Kim Fields, when it came down to Kenya, then I can understand that part. Because Kim Fields literally didn't do anything to Kenya. She didn't do shit to Kenya for Kenya to be doing all that to Kim Fields. Like, it was just completely wrong. But in this situation, Shamea's no victim. But when it comes down to Angela, in this whole beef with Angela and Shamea, I am kind of teeter-tottering over to Shamea's side with that one. Because I just really feel like Angela doing the most. I really do think that. Even with the Shamea and Drew thing, why are y'all beefing? Why can't y'all get past that? Shamea, why can't your apologies to Drew be genuine? Why do you have to come across like that you're being disingenuous when you apologize to that girl? You feel what I'm saying? Because you did kind of hop in on the I hate Drew train with Porsha, like you literally did that. So it's just like, why y'all beefing? Y'all issues are so minuscule to me. Why can't y'all get past it? Well, that's not really true, Catherine, because Shamea did apologize to Drew, and Drew said she can't receive it. So if anything, Drew won't let it go. But at the same time, it shouldn't have been no issue with Shamea and Drew in the first place because Drew didn't even do nothing to Shamea. So why we beefing? Why? But all in all, y'all, what I will say is this season is good. This is a good. Oh, wait. I don't want to go without saying this. Okay, now somebody decided to bring up Angela's stuff. Now I'm just pulling this up here because somebody else then brought this up. Now I don't know if I should put this shit on my screen or not. But remember that guy that came on the show on the last episode that said that told Angela that Phaedra was trying to set her up or doing something to her. So y'all remember that guy, right? He follows me on Twitter, child. He follows me on Twitter. And so while I was pulling up stuff to talk about for the show off of Twitter, I saw his comment. And he pretty much stated that, he said, Charles married a baller. Angela, you are a career criminal who's been arrested more times for bank fraud than Charles has been caught cheating. Okay. So I don't know if I should put this on the screen or not, because I don't want nobody coming for me. I don't know if I should put this on the screen or not, but the dude then pulled up a record and it says name on record. It says Angela Reed. And it says, you know, I ain't saying her address. Let me see. What is this about? The offense that they posted was deposit account fraud, and the crime type was not categorized, and the offense was in Henry County, McDonough. That's what it says now. I ain't making this up. This was on Twitter. And they said it was a felony. And it seems like it was more than one time too. So the guy then set up here and pulled Angela's record and shit like that. So I'm not gonna, I ain't gonna put it up. I'm just reading what it says. But what I will say, it doesn't have a year on here. I don't see the year that any of this happened, but he did get it from he did get her record, and it looks like it is definitely a real thing. Okay. The offense for forgery in the first degree, it says that it happened on September 19th, 2014. The charge was filed on October 24th, 2014, and that was in Sandy Springs. That's the only one that got a date on it, though. Yeah, he bringing up shit that happened over a decade ago. So, you know, that's what it says. But anyway, somebody said that's old news. Well, see, it's news to me because I didn't know that even happened. But yes, he put that shit on Twitter. He definitely did. And someone commented and said, y'all folks be too invested. So the guy responded and said, well, had she never started with me, I wouldn't still be on her neck. 2 years later, I'm an Aries. If I started, I will finish it. And if you started, I will finish it. Somebody else responded with mentally ill behavior. He responded with, you can also now be blocked by Alex Hines. And then someone tagged Angela and said, give this man attention. You really made him mad. Alex responded and said, she won't respond online, so she'll just text me and offer me money to take it down. Ooh. And then he posted a text message between him and Angela. And I don't want to put their text message up there due to the fact that a number was exposed. So I don't even want to put that up there. But he says, I may tell you a joke, but I'll never tell you a lie. This is when I clocked them from taking that money from last year's charity gala at the finale and using the money for their online gambling network, which targets vulnerable individuals. So he got a text message, and like I said, I don't want to put the text message up here because there's a number that is exposed. So I don't want to put nobody's numbers out there. But it says that the video you posted has the potential to cause serious unintended consequences. Remove it from all platforms immediately and confirm with the screenshot. Upon confirmation, I will arrange a $2,500 payment as a goodwill resolution. For the record, we have already worked with TikTok to reduce visibility. No one will see it. Thank you for your cooperation. So no one gets hurt. That's crazy. But hey, that's what he said. And this is posted on Twitter. And yeah, that's crazy. All I gotta say is I ain't saying that it's true. I ain't saying that it's in the Bible. I'm just telling you that that's what that man said. And he posted it on Twitter. And if you follow me on Twitter and you want to see it for yourself, then you can go to my page and see it because I just retweeted it so you guys can see it for yourselves because I didn't want to put this on my screen. But that's really what happened. Now, if that happened, then that was, you talking about some shit that happened over a decade ago, like 2014, like that was 12 years ago. Like, why are we talking about that? And if Angela really did you wrong, why are we still talking about Angela doing you wrong, baby boy? Why? Did she really do you that bad? You feel what I'm saying? So I don't know, y'all. But that's what it is, child. I don't know. Let me see. Someone says it's true. There's a ton of details on Reddit. Ooh, so it is true. Okay. Well, that's it. That's all with that one. Let me see. Angela Knows look uncomfortable. Oh my God. Niggas would do anything for 15 seconds. He must have ran out of money from that TLC show he was on. He was on the show. What show was he on? I didn't know he was on no damn show. Listen, y'all. So let me tell y'all something. So last night, well, not last night, Sunday night. Y'all remember on the episode of The Real Housewives of Atlanta where Drew Sidora was talking to her team, and one of her team members is named Tony. And you know Tony is Andrea Kelly's best friend. Well, Tony is a part of production on the CNATL. That's one of the producers for the CNATL this season, child. I told y'all they are not playing this season. But anyhow, that is about it, and that is about all, y'all. I really said that this live was only going to be 45 minutes, and I literally dragged it to almost an hour. So that's a great thing. Listen, so right now, the only shows that I have to review is Housewives of Atlanta, Love and Marriage Huntsville, and Bell Collective now. I kind of want to talk about Bad Boys because I'm currently losing brain cells watching it. And it's certain things that happened on Bad Boys this past Sunday that really pissed me off, and I really want to talk about it. But I know the person that asked to do reviews with me on that show was Bando, and I know Bando got to work a double tomorrow. So I'm trying to see if he will be available to even do it tomorrow. Because I was gonna do it today, but I was like, no, I want to do it without him. And I know Busy wanted to do it too. So we're gonna see. But yeah, I don't know why I'm really polluting myself with that gutter trash that is Bad Boys, but I'm watching it and it's pissing me off and I don't like it. I'm watching Love and Hip Hop Miami, but not really. But I got some shit to say about that too. You feel what I'm saying? When you started watching Bad Boys, Harold, you must didn't know the first season of Bad Boys, me, Maddie, and Jamar had a whole panel for Bad Boys. We had a whole panel for that. We used to do reviews on Bad Boys. I think we did it the first and the second season. It was me, Jamar, and Maddie. We had a whole panel for Bad Boys at one point in time. Listen, I'm not finna get out. Y'all not finna get out my business about what did I get Bando for his birthday. Just know he got something for his birthday, okay? And don't worry about what it is. but yeah. And speaking of Maddie, me and Maddie talked like 2 weeks ago, y'all. And we talked for a long time, y'all. Like, cause me and Maddie had not talked as much over the last 2 years. And it's like we would check in and out, but we really didn't talk. And we talked for we caught up. We stayed on the phone for literally over an hour, like catching up and stuff like that. And it's been some talk about, boys' night out possibly coming back. But I don't know. It's the problem with Boys Night Out coming back is the whole scheduling of it all. Because the only day that we could really do Boys Night Out is on a Friday. And I can't do Fridays. I can't do Fridays. T can't do Fridays. Josiah can barely do Fridays. Half the time, Jamar and Maddie can't do Fridays because of RuPaul's Drag Race. So it's like, where can I put it? Where can I put it? Because that's the reason why we stopped doing it in the first place, is the fact that we didn't have no other days. That was the only day we could all come together at the same time. So I don't know if we're gonna come back for us to do like an entire season of Boys Night Out again. But I am interested in doing like a panel of Boys Night Out where we just come back together and kick the shits at least one time. You feel what I'm saying? Because we talked about that. Hopefully I get to see Maddie while I'm in Houston this weekend, because I love my Maddie. You feel what I'm saying? I love my Maddie. I'm down to do, but I'm always down to do Boys Night Out again. It's just the matter of scheduling and things like that. Like that's it. Can y'all pre-record Boys Night Out and set it as a premiere so your viewers can chat? You know, we did that a couple of times when we were actually like doing Boys Night Out, doing it like doing Boys Night Out. We was actually like, we did it live most days, but maybe 3 or 4 times we pre-recorded it, you know. So who knows? We'll probably come back and do it. You know, everybody's still cool though. Like, we didn't stop doing Boys Night Out because we fell out or anything like that. Like, that's not what it was. It was more so like a scheduling type of thing. But then at the same time, once we stopped doing the show, you know, Maddie was going through some stuff during that time too, and so was I, and we didn't really talk as much. So we were just talking here and there. Like, it'll be, you know, I text him, he'll text me, you know, but we really didn't have a chance to really just talk and catch up. And we talked the other day and we caught up, and it was a great conversation. I want to cry because I miss Maddie. You know, I miss my friend. It had been, you know how it is when you have friends and you ain't talked to them in a while and nothing happened. Y'all just ain't talked in a while. It's one of those type of things. So he actually texted me last week too, trying to see when I was coming into Houston. So I can't wait. Like I said, I hope I see him. I really want to see Maddie while I'm in Houston. Like, for real. I really want to see him. Because we ain't seen each other in a while or nothing. Even when I would come to Houston, like, it would be, we'll try to hang out and can't hang out because of scheduling. We had so much going on. So, you know, I don't know. But we'll see. I am Sierra. Now that I'm in Atlanta and the flights are not as much in Atlanta to fly to San Antonio, I need to make a trip there because I never went, and I need to make a trip there. I was actually thinking about that. It's 2 places I have to go this year because my friends have moved. Like, I need to go to Charlotte and I need to go to San Antonio. Those are the 2 places I need to go. Charlotte and San Antonio and Chicago. So I got some places I need to go. But y'all, that's it. That's all. Let's get on up out of here, y'all. It's 10:35. Okay. So as I stated before, my best friend Sammy has a t-shirt line. The #1 T-Stop is available exclusively on Etsy. So make sure you guys go ahead and do that. It's one shop and it's multiple vibes. So make sure you guys go and support my friend, honey. You know, that's been my friend for over 10 years. One of my best friends in the world. He moved to Dallas and now he got his own t-shirt line, and I'm here to support him. So make sure you guys go on and support him. All right. Also, my book, That's Why You're Lonely, is available on Amazon and Kindle Books. And like I said to you guys before, the sequel of this book is actually starting to get edited now, honey. We're starting to edit this book now, and it should be coming out in September or October, the same way that it came out last year. It should be coming out September, October, or October. I might have another book launch again, and it will be a part of the show again. So be sure for that. Okay. And we still got to do this. Now, this is something with me, DJ, and Nikki called Sex, Love, and Pain. It's a members only panel where we talk about love and relationships and our experiences in certain relationships. And I think that would be cool because y'all are well aware of Nikki. Y'all know DJ from being on the show with me. And y'all know I got stories to tell about old relationships and stuff like that. Y'all know I got some stories to tell, stories that I already told already. But that would be in members only. I might try to get that, make that happen sometime this week before I go to Houston. I just might. I'm gonna talk to them tomorrow. What else is going on? Get into Scotty Reacts. I'll be having that come back all this month. And Scotty will be reacting to songs and shit like that. So be on the lookout for that. But all in all, with that being said, this be your boy Scotty by Nature TV. Be sure to like, rate, comment, subscribe, share this video, and also click on the notification bell so you can be notified whenever video drops. And if you want to follow me on any form of social media, my Twitter, my Instagram, and my TikTok will be down below. With that being said, you guys, your boys up out here. Now see you guys on the next one. Bye.